Two gentlemen you see here, they are Israelites and they are our brothers. Wherever we see them around the world, we always identify with them. They are here. Please, can you say hello?
We hope you make a Biafran state in Nigeria.
We wish you well. We wish you success. You're clever people. You're intelligent people. Don't let the people, what they do to you, put you down. You stay strong, and God will help you. God will protect you.
Thank you so much. You
can
hear
on the right side.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I can hear what he's praying for every Biafran. This is an Israel, this is an Israeli. They are praying and supporting us to have our own life back. Just as UK had their Brexit and had their life back, we also gonna have our life back because we are peaceful people. We want to live in peace. That's why we want to exit out of Nigeria. Can you say hello to our
brothers in Biafra? You are from the same fathers as us, and we wish you peace and safety, and no one should take your land, no one should take your properties, and God should protect you and help you prosper and do it.
Amen, amen, amen. Okay, you have heard it. Our two brothers here.
It's my pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Prince Jejeman.
Prince, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Solomon. Prince, yeah, Solomon.
You have a very important name.
stage
Solomon
name
was the most intelligent person who ever lived. Yeah.
Thank you. So, and my nickname is Prince Jejeman. You can check me out on YouTube. I have a song rightly by Janjaweed, and that song is telling the terrorists in Nigeria that we are fed up, that we want to go back to our land. You understand? That is the title of that song, by Janjaweed, because Janjaweed are the people that are terrorizing Nigeria. The Nigerian government supported them. They are Fulani from all West Africa. They brought them in as machinery. What they are trying to do in Nigeria is to take other people's land and change.
We are any day. I can tell you. So apart from trying to fight over insurgency that is growing up within West Africa, Sahel region, and other areas, the American government, especially the world powers, the world leaders, should look at the direction of establishing a recognized nation called Biafra.
Well, let me ask you this question. What do you make of the recent move coming from the Middle Belt, trying to form alliance with the Igbos for a common goal to prevent the killing by the marauding Fulani?
You know, unfortunately, the domain that was sold to them by the British government and the Fulanis and the Hausas that pushed them to Nigeria-Biafra war, they were at the forefront. The Middle Belt has fought that war, you know, because the Fulanis were behind pushing them, and the Hausas were behind. They didn't know what to do at that particular time, you know, pushing them. And unfortunately, most of the people that fought that war were, you know, mostly, you know, but when the consciousness started coming, we discovered what happened at Gideon Oka School, you know, where our IBB almost escaped or hurt, you understand, but it took a lot of dimensions. I think that was the beginning of an eye-opener, and people begin to understand that actually, you know, Ojukwu never made a mistake. You know, the Igbo people never made a mistake. You know, the Igbo people were actually peaceful. You know, that the problem we're having is the Fulani in alliances with the Northerners. And of course, the British government at that time, you know, to impose sovereignty upon the people who are already independent. The Biafrans were independent before they decided to want to impose independence on Nigeria. We are independent people. You know, so if you look at the British government made an organized system. Yeah, of course, according to they are the one that said it too. You know, that it took them 35 years of that about to penetrate because of the system they already have on ground. But what we are saying presently now, you know, the likes of Israel, the likes of Russia, the likes of America, and our allies should understand that Igbo man is not a violent man. Igbo man is not a man associated with serial killing.
I think that has been established at the international level.
No, you know what I'm telling you, you know, you understand that it has gotten to a point that the world should do the needful. I don't want to still believe under Trump's administration that the present United Nations under Anthony Guterres is still pro-Islam. You know, we are not seeing, you know, that liberality and the full function of, you know, of United Nations in all ramifications. We are a nation that have been agitating for so long, like Biafra, should have international support at this point in time. And I know they're going to get it. They're going to have it.
If you want me to jump in, you know why I said it? Because we understand that UN, the other time, I'm talking about UN working group on arbitrary detention, were very emphatic that Nnamdi should be released unconditionally. And they have not changed their position. And they have refused to see IPOB the way Nigerian government see it. Up to today, they see IPOB as a non-violent movement. So it goes to show that the world is...
Yes. It is, it has to come with time. It's a gradual process, but unfortunately for Nigeria does not understand the body languages of when it comes to a statement issued from international organizations and bodies like United Nations and agencies, that surround the United Nations. When they make such statement, Nigeria seems to overlook it. But they are documenting it. They are taking stock of this thing. One day it will be used against Nigeria. On the day of judgment, there's no how Nigeria is going to escape the judgment of the Biafra when it comes. The system, that produced, that gave back to Biafra is going to judge Nigeria.
Now, I want to take your attention to the European countries, the people in the West. The way and manner they willingly volunteer, because there's a trending video where you can clearly see a white man saying that his support of Biafra is genuine and that he's not being paid. That, of course, he said Nigeria have lost the war.
Let me tell you the history of Julius Berger. A lot of people might not understand the history of Julius Berger. Julius Berger was a German Jew, and unfortunately, he was a big man as at that time. But do you know what happened to Julius Berger? His wife and himself died of hunger in concentration camp in Berlin. Simply because he's a Jew.
But what do you think would have endeared Biafrans into the heart of people far away Europe?
Bro, let me tell you, it's the spread. The Igbo spread, the Igbo relevance in all sectors of the world. The Igbos trying to contribute their own quota in development of humanity. The Igbo has to show integrity in terms of professionalism, the resilience to get the best, to offer the best to a system, to a world, to a community, to a global atmosphere is what has endured. See, anybody you see, how do America launder their image? Even when we are here as kids, when we see the kind of team that we watch, you say, America. They have successfully laundered their image. Igbos have successfully laundered their image globally, even without anything from the federal government. They struggled. As Republicans they are, at every point in time, you see them sweating under the sun 24 hours. Now you think that the world is not watching. If you come to the issue of medical research, the Igbos are there. You come to YouTube, IT, Igbos are there. You come to football, Igbos are there. You come to music, Igbos are there. You come to culture, Igbos are there. You come to going to the moon, Igbos are there. You come to keep bringing, what's it called? Security globally. Emeagwali is there, the founder of Microsoft, the only man who calculated 1 billion messages in 1 second. Nobody have done it. Nobody have broken that record. It's coming from an Igbo man. So they have seen in all ramifications that the sophistication of these people is enough for them to be recognized. How do they recognize? Go and see the foundations and the groundbreaking record of Igbos globally in Guinness Book of Record. Go to there and find out, who broke the Guinness Book of Record more than any other tribe. That's what they say. I mentioned it sometime in this platform. The fourth richest, and of course, the 6th most traveled tribe in the world.
I was wondering, because even after Nigerian government tagged IPOB a terrorist organization, Biafrans gathered in Latifina under the watchful eye of international media, and they declared Biafra.
Yeah.
Nobody was harassed, nobody was arrested. It means the world understand that these are peaceful people, and what they want is self-determination. And apart from that, you address it together. The foreign affairs minister from Russia made it very clear that the countries of the world and UN should, going forward, start respecting self-determination.
Yes, agreed with the Russian foreign minister when he made that statement. He's not the only one that has made that statement. A lot of people has made that statement in that regard. But he came to a point because, see, Vladimir Putin understands the presence of Biafra. I can tell the country solidly They don't need anybody to introduce anything to them, you know. And these nations across the globe, even in Japan, China, they have ties. They were every areas where these things are being discussed. You know, it is possible that Biafra is already breaking their ties with United Kingdom, Britain, and they understand that. Britain understand that very well, you know, and they are ready to let go. They are ready to sign, to endorse it, to give a signature to it. Then coming to the establishment of IPOB, how IPOB came about, you know, if you look at the charter that established something like that, that has to do with self-determination, you will see that it's already in line with United Nations requirements charter. So when you talk about indigenous people, you know, it gives United Nations the impact that is required to understand a civil society, a civil nation, a sovereign nation like Biafra. Because we are talking about indigenous people. And if you look at it from our ramification, Biafra as a nation has the spread, has what it takes to stand as a nation. A population of 80 million is not a joke. A population, I'm not talking about, you know, I'm not talking about those who are already writing to the American government, writing to United Nations, writing to the world, you know, about their interest to join Biafra movement at any point in time. And not only that, you know, get involved into multi-billion dollar first phase of project sponsorship in Biafra land when it is being recognized.
But were you surprised when Putin invited Biafran exiled soldiers to join BRICS, seeing that Nigerian government is not a member of that economic bloc?
Yes, you know, that's why I'm saying that already now you can see the Cold War between China and America, you know, and America is very careful because America needs some allies also in West Africa and of course in Africa, and Biafra is ready to, you know, fill that space as one of the Sahel nations. You know, China also is fighting for a space in Africa. But let me tell you, the concept of BRICS was as a result of what France and Germany and the rest of them were trying to do, recolonizing Africa again, you know, bringing Africa, suppressing Africa the more until the likes of the guy from Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Senegal, and the rest of them begin to rise to question the rationale why a nation like Burkina Faso, Niger, can be a sovereign nation and they don't have a central bank, and the central bank is in France. So many of these things, you know, they looked at it and said, no, we need to stand up, we need to do, and that was what happened. And when they came out, you know, you can see that every French soldier in that land were sent back to their lands, respectively. So, in order to see how they are going to come back to recognition, you know, by these world powers, you cannot tell anybody today that Moscow, which is the largest country in the world, seeking relevance in Africa, should just be something, no, that's not correct. So they are looking at potential, you know, partners, and they see Biafra as a potential partner because the Biafran government, the Biafra agitation is well organized all over the world. You can see them, you can feel them, they are not hidden. So and having enjoyed an intelligence report that any moment from now, you know, the nation is going to emerge. And remember, once Biafra emerge, a lot of nations will want to, you know, engage in bilateral relationship, either the ones to maintain the ones they have gone into or to establish new ones. So Biafra, Russia recognizing Biafra as a big partner, well, it's a good development, and I think a lot of Biafran professionals, you know, has worked towards that direction, and it's a good development for, you know, Biafra. And of course, what they want to understand with the trade agreement between and currency agreement between the Sahel nations, which they are already including Biafra. But the significant factor of this is that, you know, they are already foreseeing that Biafra is going to be the giant of Africa in less than 5 years of establishment, meaning that, you know, the world are ready to deposit over $300 trillion on the first phase of establishing Biafra as a sovereign nation, considering the maritime strength of Biafra that is connected to the Russian, China, and the rest of the world, you know, and other things that has to do with human resources, of course, intelligence, you know, and the resilience to go into innovation without any white man's input.
Now, let me ask this question, because we understand that someone like Nnamdi have been incarceration on TSSO unjustly. We are equally seeing Samanepa being held by Finnish authority. In the event that Nnamdi is released, going by the protracted detention, do you think he will still have the morale to continue with the struggle?
The United Nations is already jubilating because Nnamdi has already made the requirement for the recognition of Biafra. That's the joy of that resilient spirit, and that's the joy of what we want to see. What we want to see is this guy actually serious about this, and Nnamdi has proved it over the years, that he is ready and he has shown that he's committed to that struggle. That's what the United Nations want to see. You look at the case of all the freedom fighters all over the world, from Ahmad Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, a lot of them, Kanu'S, what is the guy from Cuba, Fidel Castro. Look at all of them from the beginning. Even this George Washington of America, look at their past too, they have tested these people, and you remember that it's even glorious and marvelous that the Northern Elders Forum are saying that now that Igbos have gotten a leader, that Nnamdi is the new face of leadership of Igbo people. So it's a credit to to Mazin Nnamdi. It's a credit to the agitation. It's a credit to the United Nations recognition of all the protocols, of all the workabilities and modalities of self-determination. Nnamdi has consistently made those requirements.
Okay, now let us take our attention to Igbo proper, River State proper. Because the way it stands, someone like I said, come out clearly to say, surprisingly anyway, that the River State is almost everywhere is populated by the Igbos. There's a video where he have atomized it, community by community, how they came from different
Pastor.
Of course, it's an eye-opening.
Pastor, no, to them. Abi, to them. Not forgetting that Sarah Weaver is still occupying Odumeko Ojuku's house up to this moment. He died. Abundant property. The most of them changed their name after schooling in Umaya Government College. Every class schooled in Government College Umaya. All of them schooled in Government College Umaya. That's because of war, which can happen at any point in time. You just turn against your blood brothers. That's quite unfortunate. Today, you can see what is happening. Even Fubara himself knows. He has, at any point in time, I can give you, he even said that most of those people who are militants, in Niger Delta militants, are Igbos. The governor said it. Bros, I can tell you that what Awolowo said during the eve of Niger Biafra war. The war is supposed to take place like tomorrow, and there's a press statement by Awolowo. Awolowo, unfortunately, Awolowo went to that way somehow, but I can tell you that the population of minorities in Nigeria is not less than 1 million in the eastern region. We can go and find out the record. And where Awolowo was saying, this remaining 900,000 people, can you?
What a wonderful question, the anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say, someone has come out to say, or has outlined countless times that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojukwu fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, Nnamdi did it via his own dimension. So ECPA is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Samonekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Ndigbo and that of the Southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Samonekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Samonepa and Nnamdi to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other. Nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Samonepa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible. And why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also
to the government